I was in high school, our school was preparing for a big theater competition. Everyone was busy after classes, rehearsals, costumes, decorations, group projects. We were spending more time at school than at home. That's when I started talking more with a classmate I barely noticed before. He was quiet, a little awkward, but friendly. Nothing unusual. Sometimes we stayed after class working on the same project, and we ended up walking to the bus stop together a few times. At first, he just seemed like someone who didn't have many friends. I didn't think much of it. Then one day, he brought me a chocolate bar and said it was just to wish me luck for the competition. I laughed and thanked him. It felt harmless. But then it happened again. And again, small gifts, notes, random compliments. He always knew when I had exams or rehearsals, even when I didn't remember telling him. It started feeling strange, but I told myself he was just being overly nice. Still, something felt off. One of my friends later told me she noticed him staring at me in class. At first, I thought she was joking, but then I began catching him looking at me when he thought I wasn't paying attention. And after that, I started noticing how often he appeared nearby. In the hallway, at the cafeteria, near my locker, at the bus stop after school. At first, I assumed it was coincidence. We went to the same school after all. But coincidences started happening too often. Sometimes I'd look up from my phone and he'd just be there, standing a little too close, like he'd been waiting. Then one afternoon, one of his friends came up to me laughing and said, "Did you know he has a whole folder about you on his phone?" I thought it was just stupid teenage humor. But later that day, someone actually showed me the phone, and my stomach dropped. There was a folder with my name on it. Inside were dozens of pictures of me, walking to class, sitting in the cafeteria, talking with friends, waiting at the bus stop. Some were taken from far away, some were taken from disturbingly close. And I never once noticed he was taking them. My hands literally went cold when I saw them. I felt exposed, like someone had been watching my life without me knowing. I decided to confront him the next day and told him to delete everything and stop following me. At first, he acted confused, like he had no idea what I was talking about. Then his expression changed. He got defensive, almost angry, and told me I misunderstood everything. He said we were close, that he cared about me, and that I would eventually realize it too. That conversation scared me more than the photos, because he genuinely didn't think he was doing anything wrong. After that, things became worse. I started noticing him near my neighborhood. A couple of times when I walked home in the evening, I saw him across the street or standing near a corner. Once, I turned around and realized he was walking behind me, keeping the same distance no matter how fast I walked. I sped up, pretending I was just in a hurry. He pretended he was just going the same direction. My heart was pounding so loudly I could hear it. That was the first time I was actually scared something might happen. For weeks after that, I felt nervous walking home alone. Every shadow made me uneasy. Every time someone walked behind me, I felt panic rising in my chest. Eventually, I told my parents everything. They contacted the school, and the administration got involved. He was moved to a different class schedule and warned to stay away from me. Things slowly calmed down, but the feeling didn't disappear. For months, I kept thinking I saw him somewhere in crowds, on buses, in stores. I'd get nervous walking alone, even during the day. Since then, I've been much more careful about what I post online. I stopped sharing my location, stopped posting where I was going in real time, and I always let someone know when I'm heading home late. The scariest part of all this is how normal everything felt at the beginning. He didn't look dangerous. He didn't threaten me. He didn't act crazy. He just seemed shy. And sometimes, the people who scare you the most are the ones who blend into everyday life, the ones who watch quietly, and you never even notice.